Okay, number 5 looks very similar to the previous problem, but there's a different number there in the middle, but let's see what happens here. So we have 6z minus 4 all divided by 4, and then we have plus 13 divided by 8, and then this is equal to 12z plus 1 all divided by 8. Okay, so again, very similar to the previous problem we just worked. We already did the least common multiple, showed you how that worked. It was 8, and we have 4 and 8, least common multiple. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 8 because I don't want to deal with the fractions. I'm going to get rid of them. Okay, so again, what happens when I say multiply, I'm really dividing out that number on the bottom. 8 divided by 4 is 2. That leaves me with 2, so I'm going to bring that 2 down, and then I'm going to multiply that 2 by the 6z minus 4. Alright, and then the 8 will interact with this fraction. 8 will cancel out division by 8, and that will leave us with 13. And then on the right side, 8 will cancel out division by 8, and that will leave us with 12z plus 1. Alright, then I'm going to distribute. This is going to give us 6z minus 8, and then bring down the plus 13. This equals 12z plus 1. Combine like terms here, that's going to give us 6z. It's going to give us a positive 5. We got positive 13. I'm going to subtract 8. This equals, why am I writing 6z? This should be 12z, sorry. 2 times 6 is 12z. This is 12z. Be careful there. Bring down the 12z plus 1. Okay, so from here we'll combine the variables. So I'm going to subtract 12z from both sides. That's going to go to 0. That's also going to go to 0. And then we're going to bring down the positive 5 equals 1. Okay, so right here we can see that 5 is not equal to 1. So this is a false statement, which means we will have no solution. My variables cancel out. I'm left with something that is false or not true. So we get no solution. Alright, number 6. We continue here. Number 6, we have 5y plus 9. All divided by 5. And then we have minus 5 divided by 10. And then equals, we have a negative 13y minus 10 all divided by 10. Okay, so again, I want to get rid of fractions. I need to find a common denominator between 5 and 10. Well, I can multiply 5 times 2 and get 10, and then these will be the same. So what I'm going to do is just multiply everything by 10. So when I multiply by 10, what I'm really doing is dividing by 5. I'm getting rid of that 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So I'll get a factor of 2 here. And then I'm going to multiply by 5y plus 9. Now for most of the problems we've seen, it seems like 2 is always popping up. So somebody might ask, is it always going to be 2? No, it just depends on the factors. And it just happens to work out to where it's 2 in the problems that we've seen. But it will not always be 2. 10 times this fraction will divide out the 10 and leave us with the 5. It's going to be negative, so minus 5. And then 10 will cancel out the 10 on the bottom here and leave us with negative 13y minus 10. Okay, we are going to distribute the 2 into the parentheses times the 5y and the 9. So 2 times 5y will give us 10y. 2 times 9 will give us a positive 18. Bring down the minus 5 equals negative 13y minus 10. Okay, we're going to simplify 18 minus 5. That's going to give us 13. So we have 10y. It's going to be a positive 13 equals negative 13y minus 10. Alright, so I'm going to combine my like terms, my variables. I'm going to add 13y. And since I'm running out of room, I'm going to try to squeeze in 2 steps here. Add 13y. Alright, so I'm going to do that, and I'm also at the same time going to move this 13 over. So I'm moving the variable to the left, I'm going to move the number to the right. So I'm going to subtract 13. Subtract 13. Alright, so the negative and positive 13 cancel. This is the 13y. The positive and negative 13 whole numbers cancel. And then over here I will have 23y equals, this is going to be a negative 23. And last thing to solve for y, get the variable by itself, divide by 23. Divide by 23. 23 divided by 23 is 1, so I just have y equals, and 23 divided by 23 is 1, but since it's negative, it's going to be a negative 1. So y equals negative 1. We get one solution, negative 1.